Good evening, it's the 28th of July after market, and I'm going to go over my trades for today. On my screen at the moment is the MES Micro E-Mini S&P Index. It's the micro version of the ES, and this is the 1 hour time frame you can see. So my levels today were in place an hour before the market opened. And what I was watching for was the bottom just before we had that sell-off yesterday. So I had my eyes on that level, even though I've not marked it in. This level here was an area I was watching for. And then, let's just zoom out a bit. That's better. So I was watching this level. This is my main level I was watching for a bounce, for rejection. I had this area of convergence where the tops and bottoms of candles and some more back there are all merging with each other, and you can see this area is quite important today as well. And I was also watching for bounces at the places where we bottomed out yesterday, and you can see that in the pre-market we came back down to that level and pushed up. So today the trend was an uptrend, quite an obvious hourly uptrend, and when I first started trading this morning, I was trying to fight the trend, which is not good. I was trying to short at the levels, and I got a few paper cuts and got stopped out in a fair few places, so not great trading. But in the end then I sat back, I went with the trend and I waited. I think I got in on a break and retest of this level, just up, just to recover some of the losses. And then on the 5 minute, I'm going to show you much clearer. So here's a much clearer picture of today. So today I missed this here, perfect entry. It was a break and retest because I was short here and I was short in the pre-market as well. So my mind was biased on a short back down to yesterday's low, and I should have really just been watching what the trend was. And obviously it's a very obvious, as you can see, uptrend on the hourly and on the 5 minute. So my first short was not there, it was actually up here, and it did okay, and I took some money, took some off there for profit, and again it was pre-market, so I based it on volume, pre-market volume as well, and it wasn't great because I probably should have just realised I should be buying the dips and selling the rips, not the other way around. I was selling the rips and buying back the dips. Anyway, so I got in, so in there, profit there, and I got stopped out just there at break even. I think it was just above break even, I got stopped out. So it wasn't a big, I was undersized as well. And my break and retest of this level, which I mentioned in my video this morning, came along. Look at that, perfect. But I was still thinking it was going to come down, so I was waiting for a break and retest low. Whereas I even said in the video this morning to catch the retest of this level, and look what it did, and it just ripped up all day. So disappointing. So I think I went into revenge trade mode because I missed that. So I tried shorting the top and I got in and it did do okay, but I held through and I got stopped out. And then I had this area of convergence, which is where the tops and bottoms of candles meet, going back over several months. And I shorted, as we got into this, I shorted there as well. I came in okay. Again, I was holding too long. The problem is, I'm trying to go for the home runs. I was aiming for the VWAP and obviously the 200. And I saw yesterday's move in place, and I thought we might have another move like yesterday. And I just kept getting chopped out. So I may have taken 1 or 2, 5, 10% off my contract, maybe 20% off, and stopping out on the other 80%, which is not a great way. I should be taking at least half off in these areas. And it's even a level as well. So I should have identified the fact it's a level I predetermined, and look what happened. This level, don't forget, I specified the levels in the pre-market around about 7 AM, 8 AM, and it came back in and perfectly came back, touched it and pushed up. So again, I've probably even said, oh, I want to go for a break and retest of this level. I definitely did on this level, and I ignored it again because I was still trying to short. So I need to learn and get better at identifying the trend and not trying to short. Or it's always like an uphill battle. It's harder trying to go against the trend even though I normally get the places, it's just that I need to learn to not hold so long and wait for the home run, especially against the trend. If I'm with the trend, then that's the home run, hold runners. But against the trend, I need to be scalping. So I will still continue trying to get these levels against the trend, but I think I just need to go into scalp mode rather than hold for a runner mode. So anyway, so we came in, we retested this level again and pushed up, but then started seeing the volume was declining, and that's what caught my eye. And what really caught my eye was this big volume bar down here, which was this bar here. So as soon as I saw that bar, and I saw lower volume before, so on this bar here, this is the insiders trying to push the market up doing a test, and there was no volume or minimal volume, so it looks like it was getting exhausted. And then I saw this volume bar come through, so this started wetting my lips. So I waited for the pullback, and I saw this bar here, and it's still on below average volume, and my in was when I noticed we couldn't make a new high, so I got in on this candle here. So my average price was around about this level. So it's a great entry, and then it pushed down. I added when it pulled back as well, and I added here as well, and I started using my levels to take out contracts of the MES. So I got out on the 50, I added on the pullback, and then I got out again there. So basically that was a free run. That's a great ad position there. It was perfect. And I was out on the VWAP, and I finally used my level down here, but I confirmed it with these candles with topping tails, and this we had higher volume coming in as well. So we saw increasing volume on the sell-off. Then we had this real low volume candle. So let me just show you this one here. So that was when I was already in an ad at that point. So I was keeping an eye. I saw this bottom tail, and it looked like it was on a lower volume as well, below average volume. So I was happy that we were going to continue to trend down. And then we had this bottom number one, this topping tail, and so it's on increased volume as well. So definitely confirmed the move down, and it was through a level as well, and it went through the VWAP. And then what really caught my eye was when we broke through the VWAP, when we retested it with this hammer candle, or this this bottom tail candle. And then if I show you the volume on there as well, look, well above average volume. So both the previous candle and that candle had above average volume, so that looked like ending volume to me. So we had this ending volume come in, and then I saw this other topping tail, hammer candle as well, not quite hammer but bottom tail candle, on still above average volume. So just to show you what I use for average, I have this moving average running over the volume, and I use this moving average to determine whether it's at average volume like these candles, or above average candles, or ultra high volume candles like we've got here. Probably say that is one as well, and these are the ones that stand out. I also look for low volume candles, and these ones I watch for as well, and then I compare the low volume candles against candlestick, looking for anomalies. So if you had a smaller low volume candle but a really big wide range bar, then that's an anomaly and something's not quite right. And let's have a look. I'm sure we can find one. And I always compare the size of the candle, the size of the volume, and I look at the previous candle as well. So you can see that's a small candle here, but it's on small volume, which is acceptable. But we had a similar sized candle before, and that's on average volume or slightly above average volume. And then we had an ultra low volume candle, and normally that will alarm bells will ring. So that means there's no more sellers, and that's probably going to push up, which is what it did. Oh, hang on a second, wrong button. So now going back to the trades here, we had this tail, and it looked like the move was getting near to the end. So what I used is my level there to get out, and my final out was the break. We didn't put in a new low. We had 3 candles in a row putting in higher highs, and on I'm sure if you look at the 2-minute candle, that would be high. It would look a bit like that on the 2-minute. So I got out on the break of that 5-minute candle, and that was a really good run down. So a bit long and convoluted way to explain that. I used volume and the candles just to get out, and then we got this decline in volume here, which looked like we might see some weakness, but we didn't see much weakness, and I think that's about it. I did actually reverse at the bottom, which I forgot to mention. I'll show you what I got in. So that was a reversal rather than an out, because I got my last out was around here, and I had, I think there's 2 contracts left, so I reversed and I ran it back up to this area, and I think my out was about the 50 moving average in the end. So I think I got out 1 contract there, and I added actually there, and my other contract was out there. So yes, overall it's a good day trading, and this run down, the reversal and the run back up wasn't particularly good. I did take another long position today. In fact, that was my long position there, and I took a short as well on this double top, and I ran it down to about here as well, and I got out a little bit. It's only a small 2 contract position because I was trying to protect my gains from earlier. So overall, a good day and really pleased. But more importantly, the levels I called out were spot on. So this one had a little tiny bit of drawdown, but if you wait for confirmation, looking at candlesticks and volume, like this volume bar we talked about, and then looked at the top in tails, then and also something to look at the moving average. Look at this 8 moving average and the 20 moving average. They got further and further and further apart, and then at the top we started to a squeeze started to happen. And I don't use this indicator much, but we had this squeeze indicator reducing, and these green dots here mean the squeeze has started. So had I paid more attention to this, I probably could have got a better entry. Would have been about there as it went into the squeeze, but I was watching volume and I was watching price and candles. So look then, as I started seeing these 2 moving averages merge close together and they crossed over, that's the point where I knew this trade was going to work quite well. So like I said, I got in around about there, and that was based on this volume coming down. I thought they were merging closer, but it pulled back up, and then it was a great move down. Anyway, hopefully you had a good day as well, and that nice big volume candle at the end of the day. So look at that big green bar up, followed by a very small down candle, but on ultra high volume. So that's an anomaly. So that potentially could signal weakness, and obviously it's post market now. It's a Friday, so we're not going to see too much after market. It closes in 20 minutes, but maybe on Monday we might see a move back down. But anyway, hopefully you had a good day, and I will speak to some of you Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.